Hey guys, if in this video you would like to see how I make seafood boil for the first time, please watch the video till the end. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Guys, here are my ingredients for the seafood boil. So I have this is 2 eggs I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be boiling my eggs, you know, the way you would normally make hard-boiled eggs. If you do like eggs, you could add eggs to your seafood boil. It's optional. And the corn here, I'm gonna get started because, you know, the corn is hard, tough. And then here I have sweet corn. This corn is frozen. I wasn't so sure about this corn because I had it in the freezer for a while, so I got fresh corn. So the fresh corn, I'm gonna just peel it and put it on right away on the pot, and then I'll show you. I'll talk about the other ingredients. So if you're using the fresh corn, guys, or even the corn in the package, you clean up your corn. And then I'm gonna cut this in half. I don't want it too small. I like to use fresh corn, but these corns in the frozen one, these are sweet corn, so I want to try these too. So those are gonna go in later because I would suppose they're pre-cooked. I'm gonna wash these and place these in the pot. So guys, I have a pot of water on here, and I broke the corn in two and placed them in the pot. And I'm gonna, just for flavoring, I don't want to put salt, so I'm gonna put this cube. And I bought this shrimp because it's flavorful, you know, it has salt, the Knorr shrimp broth. So to give my pot some salt, I'm gonna put that in. And here I have my egg boiling, guys. 2 eggs. You know, if you like 2 or 3 eggs, you could. But I'm using 2 eggs, and the eggs are optional if you don't want eggs, so you boil it hard. So guys, 5 minutes later, I'm going to season the pot with Creole seasoning, seafood seasoning, and Old Bay seasoning, and some parsley. So I just had the corn going for 5 minutes with just the shrimp Knorr broth cube, one of them. And I'm going to be working with this amount of potato. I'm going to wash my potatoes carefully because I'm going to use the skin. So, you know, I'm going to use my food brush here and scrub the skin carefully. So if you don't have one of these, guys, it's good to buy one of these and have it in your kitchen. So, you know, I'm just gonna, you can use vinegar. Put it in vinegar. You could put it in vinegar and, you know, or if you want to brush it before and then wash it with salt and vinegar. Brush the skin because, you know, you want to get rid of pesticides and germs. So guys, I don't normally measure, but just for some guidance for you, I'm gonna do some measuring. So the Old Bay seasoning is salty and spicy. So I'm gonna put a tablespoon because it's a lot of water here. You know, you have to put a lot of water because you're gonna put a crab and shrimp, and I'm gonna put 2 and all your seafood and food stuff. So you want to make the pot flavorful. and this is a tablespoon, so that's 2 tablespoons of the Old Bay seasoning, which is important. And I got the Old Bay seasoning at Walmart, and also I did show you that I got it at Carlo's, but after I bought at Carlo's I got, you know, the one that is shown on most YouTube videos. This one in this packet. Yeah, I got the right one that I wanted on the right package then at Walmart. And this is a tablespoon of seafood seasoning. And then this is Creole seasoning. I've never used a Creole seasoning before. I tasted it. It's a bit salty and spicy. So I put 1 tablespoon of each seasoning here, and then you taste your pot. I'm gonna stir it and taste it. So guys, the pot is very flavorful and I'm kind of happy, but I'm gonna put a tablespoon more of each one. So that's the Creole seasoning, and this is seafood seasoning and the Old Bay. And also guys, you could you know, after that, that's just a guide. You could put just dashes after, you know, depending if you want it to have more saltiness, you know, flavorful enough. Then you're going to you know, add more flavor to it. That's good. Maybe later I'll put some more, but for now that's good. And guys, I'm gonna be cutting up this onion. I'm gonna cut it in, you know, half and then half again, because I like to put my make my onions chunky. So, and then I'm gonna put in a pot. Now guys, I have the onion cut in half, and then I'm gonna cut it in half again. And if you find it to be chunky, you could cut it in half again. And then I'm gonna put in the pot with the parsley. So this piece, after I half it and half it again, that's what it looks like. And then the other pieces were that size, and then I just, you know, cut them again in smaller pieces. But you put the onion, you know, as the size you want it. If you want to cut onion rings, if you want to do it chunky, whatever, the choice is yours. But I like the cut that way, you know, for seafood, and opposed to the onion slices. And then I'm gonna put some parsley here. I'm not gonna measure, just, you know, you could put a tablespoon if you want to measure of parsley. And this is the dried parsley, or a teaspoon. You could put a teaspoon of parsley if you like. And then the potato is gonna be going in. The smaller potatoes I didn't cut, but the bigger ones I cut them, you know, in half and half again. And the potatoes are going in. About 10 minutes on the potatoes. So one of this, guys, I have 4 of this, 4 of a clove. A clove is one of this, so I have 4 of this, 4 to 5 cut up in this bowl, and I'm gonna place in the seafood boil. You know, you stir your pot. So right now we're cooking the corn and potato, and I also have corn here that I'm going to be putting in, the frozen one. So guys, the frozen corns, I'm going to add 4 pieces It's this one, the Green Giant frozen corn. So 10 minutes later I add the frozen one. You know, before it was the fresh corn. So I'm cooking 2 types of corn, but you don't have to. You cook if you want to cook frozen or whatever you have access to. It's just that it so happened that I saw fresh corn, so I bought fresh corn. And you know, you're cooking your corn and your potatoes. As soon as they're cooked, then we're gonna be removing them, but check them, especially your potatoes. Now guys, I'm working with these shrimp and I'm deveining my shrimp. So you could buy the shrimp that's already deveined. So you know, to devein, you get down into the meat, you cut it into the shrimp. So like cleaning your meat, right? And then you pull this thing out, this gunky stuff. Some of them have big veins. If you buy the bigger the shrimp, the larger the vein. And yeah, that's what you're trying to clean out, the get the vein from the shrimp. So you cut into the shrimp from the top part here, and you know, and you see the vein there, that vein, you pull it out. So if you don't want to do that, you can buy the shrimp that is already deveined, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be washing it with lime, you know, wash my shrimp, clean it with lime, wash it with whatever you want to wash it with. So I'm working with shrimp, and then I'm also working with this king snow crab that I have in the freezer. And this is king crab here, and also lobster, the lobster tail. I had these from the grocery haul video, but the king crab I just bought yesterday along with the shrimp is fresh. And this loads of Asiago and kale sausage. I'm gonna try, I never tried before, with these Stampede hot dogs. Other, you know, people that make YouTube videos, they use like sausages that I really don't care to have. I think, you know, those sausage I might be allergic to, so you use the sausage of your choice. And then also the sausage is optional for seafood boy. So guys, I'm gonna be removing the corn and potatoes. You know, after 20-30 minutes your potatoes and corn should be cooked, but you know, you check after 10-15 minutes, especially on the potatoes. You check to make sure they're not getting smushy. So I'm going to remove these and add my seafood, and the broth tastes good. Because I'm gonna be adding the seafood, I'm gonna add a piece of lemon to this broth. Now guys, I'm just cleaning my lobster. You know, wash it with lemon. Cleaning my lobster and snow crab and king crab. Wash, you know, if there's any debris, dirt, you wash it. Also, I'm going to be using this onion and the sauce, and this lemon is going into the seafood, into the pot. The lemon is going into the pot, like just a quarter. And this lobster is frozen, so I'm going to give it like, I would give it like about 5-7 minutes, but because it's frozen, I might give it 7 minutes or 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna add, you know, rinse these. If you see any dirt, you're not happy with the way it looks, you clean it. And here's the shrimp. I squeeze some lemon juice on it, and I'm gonna rinse it. So the shrimp goes in last, guys, because the shrimp, you know, takes longer to cook. And yeah, let me add these to the pot. My lobsters are frozen, guys, so let me add those to the pot and the lemon. No, I cut half of a lemon, which is a quarter. Squeeze the juice, and I'm gonna leave everything in the pot. I'm giving the lobster about 7 minutes because it's frozen. You could give it 5 minutes if you know. If it's thawed out. 5 minutes if it's thawed out. So that's the I have king crab and snow crab here, and I gotta get my pot boiling. You want to have everything immersed in the pot, guys. So let me see if I can press it down. Because I don't really want to add more water because it's so flavorful. The broth is so flavorful. I don't want to add no more water. I think this is good. And this water that I added was about, you know, between 6 and 12 cups of water, depending on how large your pot is and how much seafood you're making. You know, you just want to make, you don't want to make extra water then. You don't want to cook extra water. Just enough water to cook your corn, potato, you know, and then the crab, to cover the crab. That's, I'm not going to add any more water, so that's good. But what I'm going to add is a bit more spice. So I'm going to add paprika. And I won't measure, guys, the paprika. A bit spicy, so actually the paprika is not too spicy, so you can add more. And I have your Cajun seasoning. I'm gonna add Cajun seasoning, and I like to taste my spices before I add them, guys, if I'm not too familiar with the spice, you know, too. Cajun seasoning is, yeah, spicier, more spicier than the paprika. So, you know, you could add a teaspoon. I want it to be a bit spicy, so I add enough there. And the pot is looking good. So let me time it, guys. I'm gonna check on my, and the shrimp doesn't take much time. The shrimp takes about, the shrimp is going in last. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes, your shrimp. So as I said, I'm giving the lobster 7 minutes. I'm giving the king crab about, you know, 7-8 minutes, 10 minutes, and then the lobster 2 to 3, the shrimp 2 to 3 minutes. Shrimp 2 to 3 minutes. So guys, to my pot, I'm gonna add a bit more parsley. Add whatever amount you like, and then the sausage is going in with the shrimp, because as I said, shrimp after 2, 3, 4 minutes, you know, your shrimp is done. Because if you do it past that amount of time, then, you know, if you overcook your seafood, it tastes rubbery, it doesn't taste good. So yeah, shrimp 2, 3, 4 minutes the most. And the lobster, I'm giving it, the lobster can go 5, 7 minutes, but because it's frozen, I'm giving it a full 7 minutes, and 7 to 10 minutes. And then your crab the same, you know, 5, 7, 10 minutes on the crab, depending on if it's frozen or if it's pre-cooked. And you could also Google, you know, Google in the time it takes to cook. So now I'm gonna add the shrimp. I love shrimp. Guys, comment down below and let me know. Got this one. I don't like the way this looks. Please comment down below and let me know if you love shrimp, guys. So after the shrimp is cooked, then we're good to go. I'm gonna be making the sauce with butter, a garlic butter sauce. I love garlic butter. And let me tie my shrimp. I'm gonna put the sausage in also. There goes my sausage. Guys, this is the sausage with the loads of kale and asiago. I've never tried it before, so we'll see how it goes. And you know, because the sausage is also coming out the time the shrimp is cooked, so I'm giving the shrimp 2 more minutes and then I turn this burner off. Everything should be done then. Lobster, crab, looks good here. And guys, as I showed you, I cooked my eggs separately, mainly because you know, that way it cleans the eggshell is clean by cooking it separately. So, you know, hard boiled egg, I choose to make two eggs, and it's already boiled, so I don't have to worry about the eggs boiling. So I'm gonna turn this burner off. In see the shrimp? The shrimp turns pink, your shrimp is done. See, you don't want to overdo it for it to taste rubbery. So now, because I'm gonna give it like a minute or 2. By the time it stops boiling, guys, it finishes boiling. You know, the stove cool down and everything, it will be okay. So I'm gonna turn it off now and leave everything in there for like a minute, and then I remove. Now guys, I'm gonna be chopping up these 4 garlic cloves, steaming hot the seafood boil. So guys, the choice is yours. If you want to use the garlic from the bottle, you could. Okay, but I like to use natural. I don't like to use things that are, you know, pre-done, if I have the choice. And I'm using 2 butter from this packet here. It says 4 times 4 sticks. 4 sticks of this butter is in the package, but I'm using 2. And I have the stove turned on, and I just want the garlic to start warming up. With a little bit of the butter, I'm going to use all that butter, guys, but just for now, with a little time, I'm gonna put up a small onion here. The onion goes in. For about a minute, you saute your onion. Add some spices, creole, Old Bay, seafood, paprika, Cajun seasoning. So you do this for a minute or two, and then add the remaining of the butter. It's a garlic, onion, garlicky butter sauce with onion. So that's the remaining. I'm using the 2 sticks of butter. Just want the butter to melt here. It's gonna be added to the seafood and my dip. Dip for the seafood. So allow this to melt. You don't want it to dry out, so adjust your flame, turn it down. And then basically what I'm doing, guys, is making building up a flavor here. So, you know, if it needs more spice or salt, whatever you want to add, you add the seasoning that has the salt. I did not work with the natural salt. You know, I work with the seasonings that had salt. Just getting the butter here to melt, and you know, do this for about maybe within 5 minutes your sauce should be ready. And if you want more sauce, you would have to add like another stick of butter, but I'm not gonna be working with too much butter. I'm gonna taste this and see what else it needs. So a bit of lemon juice here, squeeze of lemon juice, trying to catch the seed, tablespoon or 2. And then I think it needs some saltiness, guys, so I'm gonna work with seafood, and I need some more spiciness. I'm gonna put some more Old Bay seasoning because it has salt and spice, and some more Creole seasoning. And it's the first I'm using this Creole seasoning, guys. I hear everybody talking about this Creole seasoning for seafood boil, and also the Old Bay. I had to go out and get Old Bay seasoning, guys. I'm so excited. And also I did put the Cajun seasoning. Let me put a little bit more. So if you want it really spicy, the choice is yours. How you want to make your sauce, what flavor you want to give it. The lemon tastes good with the garlic, and I love the way it tastes. I'm gonna shut this off. So guys, just a little bit more seafood seasoning to give it some salt, a bit more salty, not salt but flavorful. And let that simmer for like, you know, 2 minutes so that the grains from the spices can break down. Yep, I don't want it to be too salty, so that's fine. And I'm gonna add some more Old Bay seasoning. And Creole. So basically what I'm doing, guys, is, you know, making the sauce become tasteful to your desired liking. And that's the sauce. I'm just gonna have this on a low flame, you know, breaking down the grains for a minute or 2, and then I turn off. I'm gonna be adding a couple of spoonfuls of the water because it's so delicious. It's optional, okay, because what you want is a buttery sauce, but this is good. I'm not watering it down too much. Yeah, it's perfect. Guys, I'm telling you, this sauce is so good. Please give the video a thumbs up, and I'm gonna be pouring some on the seafood over here. I love seafood, guys. I love seafood. Look at that. guys, some of the sauce I'm gonna dip and some I will pour over seafood. And guys, if you would like to see me get down into the seafood, you will have to stay tuned to the mukbang. Okay, the mukbang is coming up where I'll be eating this seafood, delicious seafood boil. So guys, don't forget to please give the video a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family. And thank you for joining me in another video. So guys, I transferred over the seafood into something better to eat from. Something in a tray there where you can see I lined it with parchment paper in a tray where you can see better.